Darling in the Franxx, Episode 13, The Beast and the Prince. What is going on, party people? It is I, Franxx, back at it once again with another Darling in the Franxx review. Today we're talking about episode 13. I apologize for the lack of a reaction. I wanted to get that up today, but unfortunately something happened with the recording. OBS, the recording software I use, has been acting kind of strange lately. I don't know if there's an update I need to make, or I don't know, whatever. I apologize for that. I really wanted to get it up because I legit cried in this episode. This is a very weighted one, for sure. Lots of emotion, lots of melancholy, dark vibes going forward. And, yeah, my god, where do we even begin? First things first, the direction in this episode is easily the best I've seen in this series. Some of the best direction I've seen in a while, at least in terms of anime. It was just fantastic. The way we were kind of jumping between perspectives of Zero Two and Hiro, getting those monologues between both of them and seeing sort of both of their sides of the story. It's just so well done. I mean, the overall pacing and everything, it was just brilliant. So brilliant. And just the vibe that they were going for in this episode, this sort of dark, twisted vibe, but still kind of having this hopeful thing going with Hiro's character, him being very courageous and very noble. And that's another one of my favorite parts about this episode, is it kind of made me turn on Hiro as a character. I never really liked Hiro very much, to be honest. In terms of his design, his personality, I just thought he was kind of bleh. But this episode definitely kind of got me on his side a little bit more, because throughout the run of this series, I mean, Hiro hasn't been a bad character per se, but he's been kind of taking a back seat in terms of character development, because we've got all this stuff with Ichigo, we got all this stuff with Mitsuru and Zorome, and, you know, all these other characters, even Goro, and again, like, Hiro's always been kind of just faded in the back, but now we finally see that there was this sort of big pivotal moment that kind of changed him, but was erased, so we don't actually get to see that change, and it's almost frustrating, and that's really well done in terms of writing, is that it frustrates the viewer. It frustrates me that was erased from him, and now he's finally remembering, and that's relief. Yeah, that's good. And also Zero Two as well, because she's always been a really fun character and a really cool character, but not much else. And this episode definitely brought some depth to her as well. Seeing her as a child, seeing her in this sort of Klaxosaur form, adorable, by the way, I actually really like this form, but seeing her in this, seeing the pain and torture that she had to go through really makes you feel for her character a lot more, even though her memories, I'm guessing, were erased as well. So there's that going for it. This episode sort of made me not only turn for those characters, but turn for this entire series. Not that I haven't been enjoying this series, but as of late, you know, almost throughout the entire run, it's always been about sort of sexual innuendos and really good trigger animation. But this series brought a lot of heart to the series and brought a lot of emotion and depth. Not that the series has lacked that throughout, but for the majority, what the enjoyment that I was getting out of it was in terms of the animation and just how badass and cool everything was. But this made me feel a different way. This made me feel, it was impactful. Like, I'm gonna remember this episode. It made me tear up. Like, I legit cried in this episode. It's one of the reasons why I was disappointed that I couldn't get the reaction of. And not many series do that. I'm not gonna lie, not many series do that. The episode itself reminded me a lot of the Made in Abyss episode with Bondrewd and, you know, with the kids and everything. If you've seen the series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you could probably see the similarities there as well. If you haven't seen Made in Abyss, my god, do yourself a favor and watch it, because it's fantastic. My favorite series of 2017. So yeah, definitely some similarities there. It's just when you start involving kids, when kids are being tortured, like, that hurts me. That really strikes a chord with me. It makes me, like, the adults in this episode piss me off so much. And it just, like, I just wish I was there so I could just makes me so angry when they were just talking down on Hiro, when they slammed that gun in his forehead and everything like that. That kind of stuff really gets me emotional, really gets me fired up. And that's good writing. That is excellent writing. When you feel that weight in your chest and that feeling in your stomach, like, that, to me, if a series can do that, if an episode can do that, that's a thumbs up. In fact, that's 2 thumbs up. That's a good job, because to have writing affect somebody in an emotional level, to me, is just one of the best things that you can do in terms of writing. Is make someone think about what you wrote and think about just it was just well done in terms of how impactful it was. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm starting to go on a little tangent there. The vocal track in this episode as well, played at the perfect moment when he was reading through that book. And crazy how much it parallels with what's currently ongoing in the series. But yeah, that vocal track was just so beautiful. And then when the ED kicks in at the end of the episode, it sort of kicks in before the ED actually starts. Just, oh my goodness, you see them like on the tables and everything. Like it's hard to watch. It really is. But it's just melancholy. That's what I love about this series. It's always gotten me to feel that sort of melancholy sense of tone. And it was just so brilliantly handled in this episode. It really was. I'm like losing my voice right now. My voice is cracking. That's how emotional this episode got me. Don't know what's going on. Don't know. I really don't know. There's still lots of questions though. And that's something that I've kind of had a problem with throughout the series as well. But this episode gets a pass because of just how great everything else was. But we don't know where she came from or who that person was that was taking care of her, that was giving her the food. Obviously, that person was, I think she actually referred to her, that person as a woman that was taking care of her. We have no details on that. Like, she was a caretaker, she was like patting her on the head and stuff, and she gave her the book. Like, who is that? What is that person a part of the other adults? I mean, I'm guessing, yeah. I mean, how would she have access to that? And also, where did she come from? Is 02 a natural creation by Klaxosaurs? Like, is she just some kind of humanoid, different type of Klaxosaur? Or was she experimented on with, like, Klaxosaur DNA with one of the subjects? My money is on the latter, but I could see it going both ways there. There's lots of interesting stuff happening there, and where do we go from here as well is what I'm really curious about. Like, is she going to... You know, now that they both... I'm guessing they both remember what happened in the past. The book... The scene, you know, under the tree, everything like that. I'm guessing they remember that now. How is 02 going to react to that? Because we see in the cockpit of the Franxx, Hiro is tearing up. He's streaming tears. He's feeling a strong sense of emotion. So sorry I had a cough attack there. But yeah, we see that he's very, very emotional. And I'm just curious, how is she going to take that? Is she going to just say, okay, you know what? I remember now. This entire time I've been trying to become human for this prince, and you've been him all along, and I don't know, it's gonna be really, really cool, and I'm really, really excited for next week's episode, and just to see how this whole scene, how this entire sort of plot line unfolds. And speaking of this plot line, my god, has it been handled well. I mean, just the overall subtle development of 02 sort of becoming more and more Klaxosaur with the fangs and the mirrors and everything. It's been happening for the last like 3 or 4 episodes, and to have that sort of subtle build-up, just, again, excellent. Just really, really well done, and it's really, really paying off right now. All in all, this was just an incredible episode. Again, lots of emotion, lots of just weights. There's so many, just, oh my god, in the scene with him and Ichigo when he first gives her her name, and when, like, how he talks to the adults, how he's asking all these questions. I really, really like this episode. It's one of my favorite of the season, not just Darling the Franxx, of the entire anime season, winter and spring so far. Just fantastic. Really, really clicked with me. Did it click with you? Comment down below. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. We need to discuss what's going on in the future of this series. How do you think that 02 is going to take Hiro now that she remembers who he is and remembers what happened on that fateful day? What do you think is going to happen there, and who is 02? Is she a natural Klaxosaur, or was she like sort of an experiment that the adults and Dr. Franxx and everybody sort of did on some of the lower numbered pilots? So yeah, comment down below. Let's talk about that. And yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. Sorry for the sort of franticness of it all. I've been trying to get this video up for like the last hour. I've been having, again, as I said, problems with uploading the reaction. I'm losing my voice for some reason. And I'm really hyped for My Hero Academia as well. I'm like still like jittery from watching that opening 100 times. So yeah, again, thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about today. And also, please be sure to subscribe for more Darling the Franxx reviews / reactions. My Hero Academia, as I mentioned, is currently ongoing. You could also subscribe for that. Golden Kamuy is airing, I believe, Monday. Thinking I'm going to be talking about that show as well, so look forward to that too. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what time it's airing. I believe it's on Monday or like late Saturday, or I'm sorry, late Sunday. we shall see. We shall see. I really want to talk about that series. It looks really, really cool. Really, really fun. Lots of great anime this season. My God, like Megalobox. Man. Jeez, Captain Tsubasa, that new Lupin the Third, just fantastic. What a great time to be an anime fan, for sure. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end this video. I've been rambling on for too long. Make sure to comment below. Let's talk about everything. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.